Hey guys, I'm here to give you my intro on my very first reading vlog. Hey! And if you haven't seen the title, this reading vlog is for the book Shadow and Bone, which is the first book in the Grisha trilogy by Lee Bardugo. I actually read this years ago when I think I was in like high school. And it's not that I didn't like it, it's just I didn't like it enough to move on right away to the next book. Like, I bought the next book, but I didn't read it. And since the TV series is coming out and, all the hype around it, I thought it would be a good time to reread the first and then continue with Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising. So yeah, this is why I am here today. So I kind of know a bit. Like, I really don't remember the story at all anymore from that first time I read it. I know that there's like a slight love triangle type of thing with Alina and Mal, it's Mal, right? Mal. And what's his face? The Darkling. Yeah, people talk about the Darkling a lot. Like, honestly, when people like bring up Shadow and Bone to me, the first thing that comes to mind is the Darkling, because he's really the main thing people talk about, at least from what I see on my feed and stuff. Yeah, I really don't remember. Like, I really do need a refresher, which is why I'm rereading Shadow and Bone. I have it with me here now, right? And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say as of now. I don't really have like a structure or anything planned for how I'm going to give my updates. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'll take a quick video when I have something to say from after a chapter, if something interests me or I deem something worthy enough to talk about and I have to express my feelings on it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so I finished the prologue and chapter 1 of Shadow and Bone, and it's okay. Nothing's really pulling me in yet. I'm really not that interested in the plot yet. There's no plot yet really being introduced. It's still just chapter 1. But it's a pretty good intro to the characters. There's obviously, I mean, I kind of already know some of this. Like, I do know that there's like a friends become lovers type of thing. I don't actually know if they do become lovers. I just finished the first book. Yeah, but like now reading Alina's POV, now that I'm older, it's, yeah, relatable. She's at like that teenage, like, is she a teenager? Are they teenagers? But like, that one-sided love kind of feel. Loki can relate, but at the same time, sweetie, he's just a boy. But you're just a boy. I'll give you guys another update soon. I just wanted to update you now that I finished chapter 1 because it's like still the intro stage. Yeah. Chapter 2 escalated so quickly. That's all I can really say. Okay, so I just finished chapter 4, and it's the chapter where they get ambushed by the Jordans. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's when the Darkling rescues Alina from like the assassin, and I am now starting to see why people really like the Darkling. Yeah. I'm into him so far. Like, he's brutal, but I like brutal. Bye. I just finished chapter 9. At this point, I don't even care what the plot is. I just want to see more of the Darkling. The Darkling makes me feel things.
The two of us together.
That's it. That's the update. I just finished chapter 11, and I didn't think I was gonna do an update chapter by chapter, but I just need to say, 1, the apparat is very creepy, just like most priests. And yeah, like, I want to see more of him. I feel like he's a kind of an intro to the main plot. I still want more of the Darkling. We didn't get much of the Darkling this chapter, but we do get formally introduced to Zoya, who we do encounter in like one of the first chapters, but we didn't like get introduced to her until now. Of course, we have that one girl who's jealous of the main girl because she's more powerful. I would do air quotes right now, but I don't have any hands free right now. So yeah, I'm doing air quotes. And of course, we had to have Alina beat her in the training room, and then she has to respond by getting all jealous and getting all mad, and then doing something that gets everyone mad at her. I don't know, it's just they all talk about coming from school, like having finished school, but they all act like they're in high school. Do they like mention how old they are? Because they all sound like teenagers, but based on what they've been through, it doesn't sound like they're teenagers. Because Alina was 8 years old, like during the prologue, right? And then later on, she states that she and Mal were in the orphanage for more than 10 years. So she's like 18, 19, 20 now, right? Why does she still sound like she's 15? Also, I want more Darkling. Okay, so I just finished chapter 12. I'm really liking the Darkling so far. As I've said in my previous updates, I want to see more of the Darkling. Alina, she's very, very, very whiny. But I wasn't going to update after this chapter. But I just wanted to state that the ending of this chapter is basically the song Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez.
I needed to lose you to love me.
You just try not to antagonize me and stuff.
Girl had to like get over Mal and realize shit about herself before waking up her power.
I needed to lose you to find me.
I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm cold and bitter and haven't really experienced love before. But sweetie, you shoved down all that power for a boy?
Can't relate.
I think things are just about to get interesting. Like 183 pages in, and it's only now that I'm actually interested. If Lee Bardugo's writing style weren't so fast-paced, I probably would have given up around page 100. But at the same time, I feel like this is like, if you were to like make the font size a little smaller, I think this would be around 115 pages, because there is no way that I am nearing 200 and barely anything has happened. Stay tuned for my next update. Okay, so I just finished chapter 13, and I know I had just updated after chapter 12, but in chapter 13, the Darkling kisses Alina.
Tell me why.
That literally came out of nowhere. I would kind of expect Alina to kiss him out of nowhere, but the Darkling kissing her out of nowhere? Cause like, he's so dark and broody and, you know, like strong, powerful. So I don't see him suddenly kissing her out of nowhere unless he has some kind of manipulation scheme in mind.
Oh, Mr. Wickham, how perfect you are.
Alina, on the other hand, is just so naive and low-key kind of dumb that I would see her doing something like that. I don't know, I'm really shook. Like, what the hell is happening? And I only just now realized their goal is to make Alina powerful enough to destroy the fold. But honestly, other than like the monsters that showed up in like chapter 2, I don't really understand how bad the fold is. Like, I get it, it's bad. It has monsters and it's probably evil or whatever. But like, there's just so little information presented so far that I don't feel the urgency in the plot or their mission or whatever it is you want to call it. Yeah, I'm about halfway through the book, and yeah, I'm already kind of over it. I'm not gonna DNF it, but yeah. I just finished chapter 15, and first of all, let's talk about chapter 14, where Mal and Alina briefly reunite, and Mal shows up all dark and broody and pissed off that Alina is fine. She's wearing the Darkling's colors. She's wearing his symbol. She's pretty freaking powerful while he's been roughing it up in like the other side of the country, you know, doing his tracking thing, and is probably around forests and whatever. And yeah, like I kind of get why he's annoyed, but at the same time, sweetie, can you just be thankful that your BFF is safe? Just like how Alina was so glad that you were safe despite being slightly mad that you weren't returning her letters. You did not receive any of her letters because, yeah. But like, you guys, communicate properly without like fighting with each other. Oh my god, you guys are best friends. Like, hold up, okay? Be a little more understanding with each other. Alina, you are in war. You could not have expected for him to get every single one of your letters, right?
I wrote you every day for a year.
Now on to chapter 15. I was right. The Darkling was being manipulative towards Alina. And am I here for it? Kinda. Because now the plot is finally moving forward. And it might just be because the Darkling is going to be played by Ben Barnes. But it's so funny because Alina is woken up by Bagra and is told she has to leave because she's gonna be betrayed and forced into servitude. And then you have Ben Barnes, who is playing the Darkling. But years ago, he played Prince Caspian. And the same thing happened to his character in the Chronicles of Narnia. I don't know. I find that parallel really interesting in life. Yeah. Back to reading. Can I just say that I absolutely knew that when Alina ran for her life, that she would at some point run into Mal, and I swear to God, I knew it. Because how else would they, I don't know, become lovers again? Because that's gonna be the inevitable ship, isn't it? They're gonna end up together in the end, yeah? Okay. And also, like, yeah, the past two chapters, I just finished chapter 18. Chapter 16, 17 were pretty cute. Them finding themselves back to each other. Alina was pretty smart there for like lasting about a week before she was discovered. So props to her. At least she wasn't as dumb as I thought she was. And they've kind of jumped pretty far from what I saw in like chapter 1 and 2. And I don't know, I still don't see much of a plot right now. Like, I get it. Now they're hunting for the stag. Okay. What about it? I don't know. I'm more into the characters than I am into the story. So, let's see. Okay. So, let me just put down the brightness on my laptop. Okay. That was bright. I just finished Shadow and Bone. Took me 2 nights specifically because I only really read it during the night. But, I have very mixed feelings about it. Am I just stupid? Or is the explanation of the magic system really vague? Because I do get that there are like different types of Grisha and their ranks or whatever, and like their color coding. But like, I still don't get like the shadow thing of the Darkling and the Sun Summoner thing of Alina. Like, I don't know. Like, help me out. Maybe it's just me, yeah. And also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but there was a scene during the winter ball.
Winter's ball.
When Alina sees the crowned prince for the first time, and she asks Genya about him. Or Genya. Genya tells her about the crowned prince and how he is like his father, who's kind of lazy, not really the best person to take the throne. After talking about the crowned prince, Genya then gets on to mention the younger prince. I forgot his name. It starts with an N. I forgot. Anyway, she starts talking about the younger prince. You know, the heir and the spare. Shout out to anyone who watches The Crown. But anyway, she starts talking about the second prince and how there are rumors that he's probably not even the king's son. And like, he basically hasn't been to court in years. He's off studying somewhere. I forgot. She says so much about him and quite a bit of detail. So I'm telling myself, you know, he might show up somewhere maybe at the end of the book or in the next 2 books. I don't know. But well, since he didn't show up at the end of Shadow and Bone, you never know with Siege and Storm and what's the third one? Ruin and Rising. So yeah, I'll probably keep an eye out for that. I don't know. That's just my hypotheses. I could be wrong. Genya might just be talking about him just for detail. You never know with authors anymore. But yeah. And I really liked Genya. I do hope that like maybe she does have a redemption arc or something, because she was one of my favorites. Like honestly, I really only like Genya and the Darkling in this book. Mal, I still have mixed feelings about Mal. I don't know. I kind of get toxic energy vibes from him. I don't know. We'll see with the next books. But right now, I'm not really feeling him. I can kind of see a character growth in Alina. She's still annoying to me, but I'm keeping an open mind for her. But yeah. So those are my thoughts for Shadow and Bone. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for my reading vlogs on the other 2 books in the Grisha trilogy and other videos. So like and subscribe, guys. Bye!